Up with Dr. Leyland. Step into the future, the world is waiting now. Dreams are in the making, we'll show you how. From the books to the screen, from the stage to the stars. Level up your game, let's raise the bar. Innovation, inspiration, it's in our DNA. Breaking through the limits, we're paving the way. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. Empowered in your passion, your voice will be heard. Building a legacy with every word. From podcasts to pages, from business to art. Level Up's the place where it all can start. With heart and with vision, we're chasing every goal. Together we'll ignite the fire in your soul. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh, we're trailblazing, breaking through the mold. Dreams are alive, let your story unfold. With courage and pride, we'll take the fight. At Level Up, we own the night. Level up, reach the sky, take the lead, don't be shy. Your story's worth it, your light will shine. At Level Up Academy, it's your time. Oh, it's your time. At Level Up Academy, we rise and climb. So let's level up and never look back. On the road to greatness, we're on the right track. Together we'll soar, together we'll thrive. At Level Up Academy, we're alive.
Woo! That was yes, we are alive at Level Up Academy. You guys know, okay, little reminders here from Level Up Academy. I have scaled down a little bit as I maneuver and pivot and change, whatever you want to call it in my life right now, personal life, okay? But I'm still here kicking after 3 years, okay? It's still gonna keep going. Here's the thing. My mission is to level up the world through education. And I'm not talking about going to universities. Yes, I know you guys make fun of me with my 4 degrees. But hey, if Mr. or not Mr., I should say Dr. Lucky, if I ever so be lucky, if someone, okay, gives me money saying, hey, CJ, here's 100,000, go back to school, I would. I got in a PhD program for psychology in industrial and organizational, but I don't have the money right now to go back to school. But if you want me to go to school, go for it. I will be there. I guarantee it. I love school. I love education. And the reason for that's because I don't know what it is. Like my brain is so like a sponge. And yes, sometimes I don't sleep. Sometimes I do. And it's not good for you not to have a well-rested body. Believe me, this discussion is going to come up today, right? Because of inflammation. And I researched the heck out as much as I could about Dr. Lucky, because this is what what a last name, to be honest with you, like, right? So I actually have been introduced by our sister Deborah Jackson. If you don't know who she is, you should. She's been in my podcast, she's been everywhere, and I'm so blessed to have known people in my circle who really does want to level up the world through education, right? What you don't know, you don't know. But there are people who likes to talk but really don't show any actions. And this is why I got a DBA in the first place, because I love applications. I want to see the theory be applied in real life. And does it or does it not work? Right? And that's why I do DBA. DBAs are all about application, taking the theory and applying. And I don't see things that don't work as a failure. I see it as a cue for you to pivot and change, right? Because failure means you stop. Why are you stopping? Yes, it didn't work, but imagine if all of these people, the pyramids would never be built. Electricity probably will be late 100 years. 999 times, it's like, you know what? I tried 990 times. I'm not going to do this anymore. Imagine that, right? So guess what, guys? Greatness doesn't come from stopping. Okay, yes, you can have a pity party. I do that all the time too. I take a moment and, crap about whatever I'm feeling, but pick yourself up. If you want to change your life, this is the conversation for today. And I'm so excited. I can't contain myself. Like last night, I was thinking, what should I ask? Oh my gosh, I only have an hour. What my questions are? And I told my friends, I'm like, do you guys have questions? Do you guys have questions? I was hyper, even like this morning. Can you tell? I don't even have coffee right now. I have black tea. Okay. I needn't drink coffee because Dr. Lucky also gave me some juju. I don't know what it is, but I want more of it. That's all I'm going to tell you. It's like, oh, wow, I want to do more of this. Like I was so excited for this conversation, and I actually haven't had a chance because he's traveled everywhere, which I'm jealous about, to basically get to where we are today, right? And so he's a busy man, and I'm so grateful that he's here. But before we meet Dr. Lucky, I'm going to give you guys a sponsorship. Of course, I have sponsors. If you wanted coffee, it's something that I like, but some people said that when they drink coffee, not only they get jittery, but also they have like a stomach ache, and the caffeine is too much for people. What I love about this rice coffee combo is that there's 6 mushrooms in there, and it's actually really good for you. And the caffeine, I found out that it's only 48%, not at 100%. And there's prebiotics, so your tummy doesn't get upset. So if you want to try it out, it's Labor Day weekend. You know the sales are up. You know this, right? So it's 15% also if you put my name, Constance Leland 15. So yes, I do sponsor them. Of course, Influencing You, it is sister company of Bella Grace, and they are a social media platform. So if you're a business owner and you really want to know, rather than pay somebody to do your marketing, but you really don't know if the ROI is where it's supposed to be, why don't you study it a little bit yourself, right? Get to know what your people are doing, if they're doing the right thing, or maybe they are doing the right thing, but it's not working out, right? Pivot and change is what I always offer. And check it out, Influencing You. I am there. I've been pausing for about a month or two. Just like I said, I'm pivoting and changing my life right now. So that is where it's at. But I totally recommend them. So here's another thing, right? Sister company, Bella Grace, and we are going to have a conversation about that elixir today because a lot of my people have been asking about that elixir. And I'm hoping that Dr. Lucky actually can give us insights on the long-awaited conversations that my people are asking for the last 2.5 months. So here we are today. But Bella Grace has a lot of sales because I was actually looking and they have 60% off. Guys, Labor Day, look at that. 60% on some of them. And that Bella trim, I know my sister Susanna buys them. They're 60% off. They're like $60. And I think I went to go on their site. It was like $24. Stock up, people. Christmas is here. Hello. And your Thanksgiving is around the corner. You know you're going to eat like 5 turkeys, right? So like Bella trim is now, right now. So here's your QR code. I'm going to pause here for about, 10 seconds, and then we'll go from there. And of course, our 50 inspirational connections still here. This is my freebie to my community. If you need visibility from podcasts to anthologies to press release, I got you. This is free. It's going to be on my YouTube channel for elevating and amplifying your message. I am looking for people who are inspirational and I really need to provide you with more details. So my website is pausing for now because somebody took over. Don't ask me why. That's a long story. That would take another 5 hours. But just email me or send me a message on LinkedIn, and then I will be able to send you the link. Our anthology is also starting. I know I don't know when it's going to start because right now, again, it's in the space. I am in the space between, okay, in my life right now. And I really want to capture most people's like information from the beginning. Oh my God, this is the adversity that I went through. And then the conversation is, this is where I'm at today. I'm successful. But no one ever talks about the dirty part of the journey, the crying moments, the frustration, the no sleeps, the no eating, the hospital visits, the whatever. No one talks about that. So everyone is going to this hamster wheel thinking everything is like you have adversity, you work, and then boom, you're successful. No, that doesn't work like that. Okay. And that is what I want to capture in the space between, because everybody, I don't care who you are in the space between because you're trying to level up every single time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. No more sponsors, guys, because I really want to talk to Dr. Lucky. So we're talking about inflammaging. I actually wrestled with it on what I would call this conversation, but it was really telling to me that you know me with words. I love that, and I love framework. Inflammation and aging. How awesome are you, Dr. Lucky? So today, let's welcome Dr. Lucky. Are we lucky, guys? Yes. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Thank you for being here today. I know you're a busy man.
I am so honored to be with you and your guests. I've been looking forward to this for, gosh, probably about 6 or 8 weeks since we first started talking about it.
Yes, I know, me too. And last week you're supposed to come in and you're like, I'm gonna be jet lag. I'm like, no, no, no. We gotta make sure that you're perfectly good to go. So I'm so glad you're here. So the first question I usually will ask, okay, to kind of ease through what our conversation is today, because we might go scientific for a little bit. But I wanted to know, and my audience to know, Team Replay and people who are here, about 20 years ago, find within your timeline some of the significant changes in your life that got you here where you are today.
I'm having a hard time hearing you, but I think what you asked me was my story, like what significant changes in my life happened to want me to write a book called Inflammaging or Inflammation. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
So great question to start off with. So I've been practicing for about 28 years and I've seen approximately about 400,000 patient visits. And you can imagine year after year of seeing lots of patients, how it can wear down on your body. And about 4 years ago, I was just living, trying to on the weekends, really trying to just survive. Like I was recovering on the weekend and not living on the weekends to start Monday back over, living on coffee and willpower only, giving 100% to my patients, really having nothing for my family and my kiddos. So about like I said, 3.5, 4 years ago, a trusted friend of mine came into my life and said, hey, we're putting together this company and we've got a flagship product. And I want you to research those ingredients and tell me what you think. Well, when I looked at those ingredients, I just could not turn my life, I just couldn't turn my head away from it. I couldn't put my eyes away from it because I knew synergistically the Verisol B collagen, the Astareal astaxanthin, and the cat's claw together, they were going to be just a not only a big hit for people, but really change the health of a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you're in it. Now, can you explain the ingredients on the elixir?
Yes, ma'am. So our Bella Grace elixir are three main ingredients, and in fact, when I was studying them, Doc, we call it the power of three. So Verisol B collagen is the most studied collagen on the planet today. It has 10 human clinical trials. And essentially, it's 3 of the amino acids: glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. And if you know a little bit about collagen, most people know it's skin, hair, and nails, but people don't realize that collagen makes up 40% of your body's protein. So it also includes your bone health. It also includes the lining of your gut and really the lining of your blood vessels as well. So as we age, our production of collagen goes down by 1%. So if you're 25 years old now, 1% gets lost. By the time you're 75 years old, 50% of your collagen production has gone away. So what we did was we put together a formula that was going to not only turn off the degradation of collagen, the breakdown of collagen, but it stimulates your own natural collagen. And that's what we did with our using our Verisol B collagen, but also our Astareal astaxanthin. Astaxanthin, 70 human clinical trials on Astareal astaxanthin. There's over 2,000 PubMed studies. We could really have an hour-long discussion about astaxanthin, but let me tell you a few of the pointers about it. Number one, it crosses the blood-brain barrier. It crosses the blood-retinal barrier. It also is a pure antioxidant. So at the end of its life cycle, it essentially does not turn into a free radical. It just leaves the body, but it has multiple electrons, so it can fight multiple free radicals at one time. It's also water soluble and fat soluble, so it can get into the cell, can protect the outer rim of the cell, but it can also get into the cell wall and sets up by the mitochondria. So as your mitochondria is making energy, the powerhouse of the cell is spitting out free radicals, and the astaxanthin just gobbles them up. And then finally, cat's claw. Cat's claw was used for thousands of years by the ancient Mayan culture, the ancient Incas. They called it the life-giving vine of Peru. They used it for everything: battle wounds, venomous snake bites, fertility, infertility. They used it for every single thing. They revered it highly. And cat's claw has been shown now to turn off the nuclear factor kappa B, which is the chronic inflammatory marker in the body. So when you can turn off chronic inflammation, your body will start to heal, because as we know, inflammation is the root of all cause of disease.
That's so true. That's so true. I'm so glad that you actually explained that. Now, how is actually your practice went into or add Belagrace within that? Like all of these things that you're talking about, inflammation and aging, how has Belagrace actually improved or add to your practice?
Yes, ma'am. So when we first brought Belagrace into the practice, we have service centers like weight loss centers. We've got hormone replacement service centers. My wife owns our medical spa as a service center. And what we essentially did was we decided to put Belagrace elixir in each of the service centers. So when somebody comes into our practice and they purchase a package of hormone replacement or weight loss, they get a box of our Belagrace elixir. You know, the O word and the S word, the Ozempics and the semaglutide, those GLP-1s that a lot of people are using right now, it causes lots of different side effects, from everything from, nauseousness and stomach irritations, a lot of different health issues. Well, we don't get those same health issues because we use our Belagrace elixir. So we give the Ozempics and those GLP-1s, they break down collagen production. So what we're essentially doing is we are using our Belagrace elixir to decrease the inflammation, increase the collagen production, and allowing the body to have that good gut support, because those GLP-1s do kind of interrupt that gut support, if you will. Then we also use it for our patients who are losing hair because, collagen is great for your hair. And when you can reduce the inflammation, again, you'll get better hair growth. And then we also use it from beauty from within. So we're noticing that patients getting our spa treatments, the Botoxes and the other spa treatments, whether it be cool sculpting or any of our lasers, it's rebuilding collagen from the inside out.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so talk to me about before and after. Do you have any before and after of your patients taking the elixir?
Yes, let's take a look at those. So I brought those up specifically for this broadcast. So let me show you this picture here. Can y'all see that? So that's my picture before and after. I'm not sure if you can see the after part, but see if I can move this around just a little bit. So that's me before, and then that's going to be me after right there. That's about 9 months into taking our Bella Grace elixir. And let me show you Jessica. Jessica is my wife. It's how and why I wrote the book. So this is before Jessica. This is the before picture here. I can't move her around here. Let me unlock her. Okay, so this is going to be Jessica before, and this is Jessica after, right to the right here. I'm having a hard time finding her. Let me do it. Here it goes. Click on her. There it goes. Okay, so that's before Jessica, before the elixir. She went through a mold toxicity. She went through some undetected Lyme, and that's after. Now, she also used the Bella Trim as well. So some of you ladies out there wondering how Bella Trim works, it works very well when used correctly, when you're using your protein and you're using your steps and you're using your water. Bella Trim and Bella Elixir, what a great combination. And then we have a skin one here. So this is a good friend of mine, Kaylee Kemper. This is her skin before Bella Grace Elixir, and this is after about 90 days. And then we also have, I'm going to take off Jess. We have my friend Linda Paul. So Linda Paul, this is the Bella Grace Elixir and the skincare, as well as the Bella Trim. This was about 180 days, 6 months. And then we've got Sarah. And then this is a before and after of Sarah right here. So this is Bella Grace Elixir and skincare. You can see how bright her face is, and you can see the inflammation gone as well. But let me go back to mine real quick because I want to really show you on mine. I'll bring the picture over. If I can grab it. I'm having a hard time grabbing it, but let me grab. There it is. Let me pull me back up. Okay. So take a look at my puffy cheeks, around my eyes and my forehead and my jawline. So that's inflammation right there. And then, lots of inflammation. And remember, at the time, Doc, I'm on testosterone. I'm seeing patients. I'm eating as good as I thought I needed to eat in order to have a healthy body. I just didn't recognize it in my own self. When I got on the elixir at 9 months and saw this picture, I was like, wow. It works. Look at the after picture. It looks more like me now, right? So get in there. But it's a big difference. So wanted to go back and share that.
Wow. Okay. I need to continue because I know I have inflammation because I take medicine for my migraine and I have an allergic reaction right away. So I have to take basically like all of the, allergy medicine over the counter. But I'm not a proponent to like medicine. I hate it, right? Liver fatty acids is really bad and high, and I take other medicine too. So it's like, I don't like anything that really is not natural for your body, but sometimes it's necessary. So if anything that I can take in wellness world that will help me, then yeah, why not? Actually, April Wyatt, I introduced her to the elixir, and Deborah and I were working, and this is what she said. She also has a video on my YouTube basically talking about, everybody's always skeptical because like, how could one elixir really help, right, on a daily basis? But she says, I've been using the product for over 2 months now, and it has exceeded my expectations. Not only has my inflammation gone down, but most importantly, I feel more clarity and at ease. I mean, that is live right now. Like, one of my friends doing that. So I love it. Now, in terms of you are a chiropractor, you're still practicing, you're doing amazing things in your practices. I actually didn't even say it while you're not here, but I'm going to say it now that you're here, right? I mean, you have accolades after accolades, and you actually, like, you earn every accolades that you have ever received. I mean, you started your journey at what, Lander University, funded by a scholarship and recognized as presidential ambassador. And then you literally went to, Life University, earning your doctorate in chiropractic, and then you came home to Charleston back in what, 98?
Yes,
Never
ma'am.
looked back, never looked back since then. And the locals in your town really made you like the best chiropractor for 9 straight years. I think, your community loves you because they see the action, not the theory. And then the industry literally name you top 40 under 40 because why? You treat people, your patients, holistically, relentlessly for real results, right? So I love that you talked about inflammaging. Now let's talk about inflammaging a little bit, because the reason that we want to talk about that, because I think a lot of people don't really understand it. Like, yes, we do inflammation, aging, but what really is that? Because you wrote a book about it, which I'm going to share with you guys as well. Here's the QR code on Amazon, Inflammaging, unlocking the secrets to inflammation and aging. And the reason that you're actually partnered, I'm assuming, okay, you can correct me, with Bella Grace is because you already wrote this book. It is already there, and you found a secret sauce that will help your patients be where you want the outcome to be. So talk to me about that book a little bit.
Yes, ma'am. So on the book, how that came up was my wife was just suffering with, as I said earlier, the mold toxicity, and she went everywhere and to get treatment, and I supported, even though we had our medical clinic, and by the way, yes, I a chiropractor very proudly for 28 years, but about 15 years ago I did integrate my practice, and the reason why I did that is because, like you, a bigger purpose, right? And I can only help one person one at a time, and I can only see 75 people or so a day, 100 people a day sometimes if I was really moving quickly. I know that sounds like a lot, but I had staff members that would help me do the other therapies and things, and I could move through my patients very quickly and give them the service they needed and feel like I gave them everything. So that's why I was been voted the best. But when we integrated the practice, it allowed me to hire other practitioners with other tools in their belt that were better than me. So, or at least different, that we could bring in and really do a lot of cool things. So, really love that concept of having an integrated practice. Plus, we could bounce ideas off of each other. So that was the reason why I did it. Well, when my wife went through all these health issues, I was like, we have a medical clinic here, see us, but I supported her at 100%. 3 months, 4 months into it, she wasn't getting the results she was looking for, and came back and said, "Hey, listen, I really don't know what to do. I don't know where to turn. I'm ready for a change." That's when I handed her 2 packets of elixir for the day. We did that for 3 months. Her C-reactive protein, when she started seeing us, that is the C-reactive protein measures inflammation in the body. It was a 19.8. In 3 months, we got it down to a 1.8. And it was all because of that elixir turning off that inflammatory marker. Her weird rashes went away. Her libido came back up. Her weight went down. She just started feeling like a mom again. And so we credit the elixir with really changing her life. And I got to go back, and I mean, we could do a whole story or a whole thing on what I wrote notes about what you said at the very beginning. That's a whole, like, people don't understand how important their stories are. The transformation, that's where the people fall in love with you, not the triumph. It's the struggles, because they're having those same struggles, right? They've been through bad breakups, they've been through bad products, they've had bad haircuts, they've been through the struggles of not, having too much or not having enough money at the end of the month, right? Too much month at the end of the money. So you're out of money on the 28th, but there's 31 days. What are you going to do? So people want to know those struggles. And when you can share those struggles and then what you found to help you through those struggles, and then now what your future looks like, that's what I love doing. I love helping people transition through life, and helping them at their really their point of like, I'm giving up. I've been everywhere. What do I do now? Okay, I have a plan. Let's do this, this, and this, and then we can retest you. And then this, and this. And oh, by the way, if you get the results I think you're going to get, why don't you refer some people over to me, or why don't you refer some people to read the book, or why don't you refer some people to take our Bella Grace elixir and help others? So it's one of those things that you can help and help and help and help. And as you said earlier, I just loved everything you said. Failure is not a stopping point. You got to move. You got to pivot and change and be okay with that, because failure leads to greatness. And I'm gonna say this. You mentioned getting up every day. One of my very, very good friends is in a band called Shinedown. If you don't know who Shinedown is, they have 20 number one songs. Most people don't know who they are, but they hear their music, but they don't know it's Shinedown. And there's a song that Eric wrote called Get Up, Get Up. And it was really written for him. He wrote it, and the lead singer wrote it with him. And it just talks about when you're down, get up. Like, it's not easy, but just get up every day. So y'all check out that song. It's an amazing song. But I'm gonna go back to what was you originally said. This elixir has helped so many people's lives. And when you look at the front cover of the book, that's actually my wife's face. This is her face now. And this is going to be her face at 80 years old if she did nothing, at all. So of course, she doesn't want to look wrinkly like this at 80. So we have one of those machines that can measure how you're going to look as you age up. And we tell people, hey, you did do this, do this, do this. And so the book all talks about things like telomeres. What are telomeres? They're the end caps to your DNA chain. Well, cat's claw repairs those telomeres. When they start fraying and raveling, that's when you get sick. Talks about senescent cells. Senescent cells are zombie cells that are dead, but they're still kind of moving around, and they do your body no good. They cause really a lot of oxidative stress on your body. Well, we know that our astaxanthin can help remove those senescent cells in the body. It talks about AGEs, advanced glycation end products, where when you cook with sugar over a fire, and you cook that like a really high sugary barbecue sauce, and you burn the skin, that's causing some health issues in your body. If you eat too much of that, it can cause health issues. We talk about clean water. We talk about fresh, getting out in the sunshine, not being afraid of the sun. I'm not talking about lathering yourself up with baby oil and laying out from 11 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon. I'm talking about getting out first thing in the morning, getting some of that 15, 20 minutes of sunshine without any blocker on you. And maybe even at the end of the day at 5:30 or 6 where the sun's not so strong, but you're getting that good absorption of vitamin D. I'm talking about things like free radicals, why free radicals cause damage and what you can do about it. Talk about biological versus chronological age. And I would never dare ask somebody their age, especially another a female person. But I don't know how old you are, Doc, but I can tell you your chronological age, your biological age is way lower than whatever your chronological age is, because I know how you live your life, and I can see it in your skin and your smile and your attitude. So, you're living a lot healthier, younger than your body's like. I'm 58 years old, and I do not feel 58. I feel 30 every single day. And when I did my biological age, I was actually living at about 40 years old. So anyway, that's a little bit of information. So
No, I love it. And I think people really don't think about how inflammation can affect not just your looks, but your gut health, your everything. Like I think of our body as a car, right? Like when we are at our best in our 20s, we're a Ferrari, we are a Lamborghini, right? And then by the time we're 7, we're Chevy Pinto. By the time we're like 7, we're not moving, like, how did that happen? Okay, we can't afford the lifestyle anymore, so that's what happens, right? But here's the thing, people says, oh, okay, the elixir is so expensive. Think about it, guys. It's not one for 135, it's 30 every day. How much is your Starbucks? Right? I mean, right now, I mean, how much is your Starbucks really? Think about it. Or your Better Buzz, right? All of those coffees. I mean, it's like $8 to $10. I mean, my boba yesterday with one piece of chicken was $21. And I'm like, what? And it's like, how much sugar do you want? I'm like, can you give me 30% sugar? I'm not at my 20s anymore. Right? I mean, closer to 50. Yes, I am. But at the same time, it's like I don't feel 50 until when I'm like, my back hurts, my joint hurts, right? So when I try the elixir, the first thing is that after 3 days, I was going up and down the stairs and I'm like, wait, I don't feel the pain. That's what I told Deborah. And I was like, wait a minute, what? And so I stopped taking everything actually, right? Because of that. And I just like, okay, maybe it's placebo effect. You know how it is. Like you want something to work so bad that, your body and your mind's like thinking. And I was like, wait, no. So I just continue it. And I do need to buy more for sure in the boxes because I love it. But I'm into beauty. So I love, you see those lip glosses? Oh, let me tell you, like that was my favorite. And then I think either Deborah or somebody else gave me extra and my daughter took all of them. I'm like, what the heck? You know what I mean? Like she just stole it. And then I love that they made in Korea. See, exactly. And they're like, CJ, do you have injections? I'm like, no, I'm so scared of injections. By the time I'm 60, if I need Botox, I will get it. But like, I'm scared of injections. I'm a chicken. But if I can take something that is holistically, not just the outside, but the inside of your body needs to feel good, right? It doesn't matter how good you look. If you feel like crap, you're not going to do nothing with it. So talk to me about that. I want to see that again. Let me see that picture.
Yeah. So aging is for those who don't know the secrets, right? I'll throw that. It's one of my quotes from the book. But this was, you were mentioning some of the products. So I thought I'd show this. This is our lip product. This is about 3 minutes post applying the lip serum. It is, as you already know, great. Collagen based, does not have any alcohol in it, gives you a nice cooling sensation. Those are the B vitamins with the collagen, and it plumps the lips up. I will tell your audience, if you do order from Doc, make sure you keep it on your lips because the application, if you get it on your skin, your hand, or your, above your lip, it's going to cause a little redness. That's not a allergic reaction. That is the vasodilating dilating effects of the product. This is why the lips get all full, because we're vasodilating those blood vessels around. But you can see it fills in those fine lines. It's an amazing product. One of my wife's favorite products. It's also 60% off right now, but I wanted to add that in there. But you said a couple of things. I wanted to. This is a quote from a study, and I wanted to read this to you because it's a very powerful quote. For your audience. And I said in the book, indeed, chronic inflammatory diseases have been recognized as the most significant cause of death in the world today, with more than 50% of all deaths attributed to inflammation-related diseases such as heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, chronic kidney disease, non-alcoholic fatty liver, and autoimmune and neurodegenerative conditions. In other words, they may die of those conditions, but at the base or the root of those problems is that chronic inflammation. So when we can turn that inflammatory marker off, when we can lower that inflammation, when we can turn that inflammation down, you're going to live a healthier, cleaner, much better life. And it's not just, as you said earlier, not about how you look, right? It's about how you feel. And it's about what you can do at the end of your life. I talk to my patients all the time about, it's not about how long you live. It's about the quality. Like, what do you want to do with your life? You want to play pickleball. You want to travel the world. You want to go on cruises. You want to just lay on the floor with your grandkids. That's what we're talking about, having that quality of life. And so many people have given up on that, and they don't have to. They don't have to. We can reduce that inflammation, eliminate the inflammation, get their bodies going again. And I'm going to tell you this. I know we got a few more minutes, but we have another product coming out. I gave you a few samples. You're smiling, I think, a little bit because you love it. The reason why it's giving you some energy is because we put an amino acid in it called L-carnitine, which specifically tells your body to burn fat instead of sugar. So it pushes the fatty acids into the mitochondria, which is why you're getting energy. So this product is going to work on a different pathway than our Bellatrim. It's going to work on a GLP-1 pathway, but it's not going to be a prescription or a drug. It's a natural GLP-1 activation. And if you use it with our Bellatrim, Bellatrim's going to help lower blood sugar, lower cortisol. It's going to help feed your biotics in your stomach. It's going to help you with blood pressure issues. This product is going to stimulate that GLP-1. And I'll tell you why we put it out there and why we brought it out. Because we know right now, 15 million Americans are on a GLP-1, and they're all having side effects. Like I said earlier, gastrointestinal problems, nauseousness, or throwing up, all those things. And they all want 63% of them. And by the way, it's going to be 30 million by 2030, and it's a $100 billion industry around the world. You're talking about an industry that 63% of the people want a natural solution. And this is going to be a very decadent solution that goes along with our Bellatrim. I can't tell you the name of it yet. I tell you what we'll do. If you'll have me back, we can do a 30-minute or 45-minute on the next product and just focus on people curbing those sugar cravings, slowing down that appetite, increasing their metabolism. And we can do a little bit on Bellatrim and the new product. But I tell you, I'm gonna remind you of this because we're almost the same age. Lay's potato chips. You remember that? Bet you can't eat just one.
Yeah.
They knew you couldn't eat just one because they flavored it with flavor enhancers. They flavored it with things that they knew would stimulate your brain, your pituitary, your brain to say, hey, I want another one. I want another one. I want another one. Our food industry has put in artificial ingredients, artificial preservatives, artificial things to make us hungrier. Even the diet foods that you think they're going to make you skinnier aren't. They actually make you hungrier and make you hold on to more weight. So we're hopefully getting some of those things out of the food, and we're going to bypass those things with this new product.
I can't wait because let me tell you, when it was over, I was looking everywhere. I'm like, maybe I dropped one more. Maybe it's somewhere in here. Like I was looking. I did notice there's like, I don't know if it's a Himalayan salt or sea salt at the end. And of course, my ADHD self, okay, before I even asked for how to do it, I literally just chewed on it. And I'm like, wait, am I supposed to do it this way? And Deborah's like, no, this is how you do it. And I was like, ah, dang it. Okay, so I just wasted one. But I love it. The flavoring, the taste, but most importantly is the outcome. Like you said, I forgot that I was even hungry. I had to like remind myself to eat, which was good. But I didn't have hypoglycemia, which means like I would get shaky. I didn't get that. And the energy is not like jittery either. And I did have less in coffee and like less on like, and I didn't take a nap in between, which I usually take a nap because I only have like 4 hours of sleep usually. I didn't even take a nap, and I was up all the way till 11. I'm like, whoa, this could really fix my issues with, you know, sleeping issue. And I'm like, I want more of that. Guys, I'm putting Bellatrim in here and that my link, because Bellatrim is $60. And right now for Labor Day, I know I sound so salesy, but I'm just so excited.
Oh, you got to do it.
It's $24. I'm like, guys, I'm gonna probably order a couple of them today, because when is this product gonna come out? The one that you gave me, because I want more of those.
It's gonna be next month, so we'll be able to talk more.
Oh, you have to go back. You have to go back next month, Doc, to give us information on that product, and also give people a taste of what I'm feeling, because wow, right? It's so I'm so thankful and grateful for Deborah for
Yeah.
introducing me to you. But I'm also thankful, right, that I live in this world where no longer we need a doctor to help us naturally, right? We don't need a prescription to help us naturally. And I'm loving that. So thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah, let's brag on Deborah for a second. She's amazing. If you have anything recorded by her, go back and listen. She is a bright light, and she actually in Bella Grace won one of the very first awards for being such a bright light. And I can't say enough about how amazing she is. I do want to touch on the coffee for a second. You talk about. So this is a little side note. Place one of them in your coffee and mix it up and then drink your coffee. That's going to be a game changer for everybody. Now, remember, Doc, not many people have tried these. So you're one of the only ones in the company. So I hope you feel, I know you feel honored for that, but we know it's working. We know it works. What we essentially did was took a product that was going B2B, and it was only in a select high-end medical centers and integrated practices. And I took that product and enhanced it by adding a Dr. Lucky spin on it, so that when we brought it out, we could bring it out as our product. And we really hit the nail on the head on this one. So it's safe. It's all natural. There's no side effects. It's classified as a dietary supplement, as a food, if you will. So it's going to be for any age group. Like if you've got somebody in your family that's struggling with weight, that's 15 or 16 or even 12 or 24 or 80, because it's classified as a dietary supplement, it's a food. It can be used. It's not a drug. It's not a prescription. I can't wait to share more with you.
I'm so excited. I told Deborah, I'm like, why are you guys not on TikTok? I'd be creating more videos on TikTok. I got to go back on my Instagram and Amazon. I am a global influencer there too, but I just like, life is just changing right now. It's going to change in 2 months, guys. I'm going to be more active, I swear, because I want to bring in a TV show on Roku and Amazon on my own this time, rather than partner with someone else for me. And I want to have those information about, leveling up the world through education and educating ourselves, like, hey, what is good for you? You don't need to get all of these nonsense toxins. And I know we don't have that much time, but I want to go back to inflammation, right? Because this is inflammaging, and how do we optimize? So, we optimize work, we optimize everything, but we don't optimize ourselves. Why is that? Right? And when we buy junk food all the time, oh, it's only $2 or $5 and all that. Okay, if you really tally up and get an Excel sheet, okay, and literally see how much junk food that you put in your body and the cost that it does on your body versus what you actually can get for the food and the ingredients and the wellness that you actually put in your body, is so crazy. Now, I wanted to talk about inflammation that affects the body, because this is the good side, right? People always think, oh, inflammation is bad. Actually, acute inflammation, the purpose of it is your body is the natural defense system. Think about like an alarm system in your house, right? When you get cut, when you sprain your ankle, when you fight off a virus, your immune system sends white blood cells, proteins, and fluids to that site. What happens? Well, there's going to be redness. There's going to be a little swelling on it. There's heat and pain. It's annoying, but that's your body trying to heal, right? Fire alarm, right? Short burst. But the bad side is what you're talking about, which is the chronic inflammation. Instead of turning off after being healing, inflammation keeps smoldering at literally low levels, right? Depending on what you eat, depending on your age, and depending on your environment. But it slowly breaks down your cells, your tissue, your organs, right? And then accelerated aging. That's inflammaging. I love it because it increased that risk of disease like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, Alzheimer's, cancer, arthritis, and joint pain. These are the bad side of chronic inflammation, right? And we're trying to tell you and educate you that there are studies out there like the Bella Elixir, right? that is coming out there to help you in your wellness journey so you can optimize your body just like you optimize your work. You want to be productive with your own stuff. You got one body, you got one life to live. Why not live it the best way? And I love it. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
I love that. You know, you're absolutely right on every point you have. Acute inflammation is your body's protective, condition. If you have a virus, a bacteria, you sprain your ankle, you cut yourself. And I always explain to my kids, hey, listen, we can put a band-aid on your cut, but the band-aid doesn't heal your body. Your body's healing from the inside out. The band-aid's, of course, going to make them feel better, right? A sprained ankle a sprained ankle almost overheals itself because it does. You know, if you ever had a really bad sprained ankle, I mean, it really gets swollen. What you want to do is rest that, ice it, compress it, elevate it, and then slowly, if it's not broken, slowly start doing some pain-free exercises so that, you know, drawing letters with your ankle so that you can pump that inflammation down. But it's when, as you said, when it doesn't turn off and it starts to create that cytokine storm in your body, and those cytokines just keep producing more cytokines and more inflammation, and people will walk around with almost like blinders, like, hey, you know, I feel pretty good, and but they're gaining weight, or they're having, you know, puffiness in their body, or, you know, they're eating like you said. I mean, gosh, we could do a whole story on just that. You know, adding up your $5 Starbucks, at the end of the month, you spent $300, $400 on Starbucks. When you could take that same money today, I live in Charleston, South Carolina, in West Ashley. There's a farmer's market from 3 to 7. So at 5 o'clock, I'll go over there and I'm going to go to, I know my local farmer. They are in Johns Island. I'm going to buy some tomatoes. I'm going to buy a cabbage head. I'm going to buy some squash and a couple other things, probably some cucumbers. And I'm going to take that home. And for the next 3 or 4 days, we'll eat on that. On Saturday, I'll go to the next farmer's market, same, I'll buy from the same family. So every 3 or 4 days we're at the farmer's market trying to cut down the Chick-fil-A's and you know, all the other places. So
I love it. I love it. I know. You know what? I have an idea too. Like, I have ADHD and I didn't figure it out until now. And people are like, why? Because everyone's always asking me why I do things the way I do things. And I never knew. And I had to get 5 psychiatrists. And the fifth one was specifically for ADHD. And she's like, yeah, there's different types, right? And when you were sharing about your daughter, it reminded me of me when it comes to language. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a really good thing if you hone in. There are the bad side, and people like to medicate this and medicate that. I hate it. And I'm too scared to medicate because of the fact that any type of medication that I have, my brain function slows down, and I can tell it slows down. And so I don't do that. And I know that people get Adderall, for their ADHD. And I was just thinking, that's bad for you, by the way. Guys, look it up. I'm not going to say it on YouTube. But imagine if you and I could find something for ADHD people, and I could be your test subject on focus, right? Focus. Because, I mean, think about our body, like I said, like an engine, like a car, right? Inflammation in your body, unchecked inflammation in your body is like rust in your body's engine. It's slow, it's subtle, but it's very destructive. And over time, it wears out in your immune system. People have lupus because you have probably depression and you're going into cycle. You're depressed because you're getting weight. You can't lose weight because you're not even eating anymore. And now it's just a cycle of problems. Damages your blood vessels and nerves, hence the heart problems, right? Speeds up visible signs of aging, the wrinkles, the skin issue, the hair thinning, which I have hair thinning, hence the wigs. I have like 35 of them. But I love dressing up and having fun in my show with my wigs. But it's just a lot of these things that we notice, but we just attribute it to, I'm just getting old, right? I'm just getting old. It's fine, whatever, belly, mom belly, gaining weight, all of these things. And I'm like, but why are we accepting when we don't have to? We live in an age and an era that we can. And we're lucky to have Dr. Luckie. Perfect last name, by the way. Oh my gosh, I mean, like, I could just talk for 2 hours. I'm so excited because I have tried this product, and I don't put anybody in here that I don't believe in, because that's my reputation, that I've worked so hard to gain, followers for that reason. It's because I bring people in that truly educate the world. And this is educational for you people who's suffering of inflammation. Look up all the other symptoms, right? And all of these things, like you notice this thing that you have, turkey neck and all of this other thing. It's like, oh my gosh. But then we want the quick fix, we want the injections, we want the magic pill and all of this. No, it's like your body didn't get inflamed in one day or in a week. It got inflamed for years and you weren't paying attention. So in order for it to literally scrub off your body, just like when you clean, when you spray something, it doesn't do nothing until you scrub it off. It's the same thing with all the wellness products that you're taking. You got to give it time for it to work, right? And once it works, you're like, whoa, magic. I'm just saying, that's my experience. So, Doc, let's go ahead and end this conversation for now.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
I have some good news for you, though.
Yes.
Can I give you at least one good news? Well, first of all, the 5 most dangerous words. Maybe it's just my age. So you said that earlier. That's 5 most dangerous words. Secondly, I was working on a gut brain product before this new GLP came in. So I'm still behind the scenes working on that. So just give me just a little more time. And I think I'm going to have a solution that's going to help fix the gut, which, the serotonin is made in the gut. It's going to help the brain. So just give me a few more weeks. That may be something we can talk about, 8 to 10 weeks, 12 weeks. How about that?
Oh my gosh, yes, because I have so many people on my email right now. I can't keep up. I need an assistant for my email, but they're giving me all of these things. Like, I get these things for free to try, right? And then they're like wondering why the video is not coming out. And I was like, because I don't feel anything. Does this, like, it's been 30 days, right? It's not, I don't do like, oh my God, no, it didn't work. No, it's, I tried it, and I have so many of these things. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I get them so many times for focus, for, I have L-theanine plus caffeine in here. I have collagen. Like, I have a lot in here. And I take collagen powder. I do that collagen, and I put collagen in my face. I have collagen mask. Like, I have collagen everything, okay, inside and out. But it's that feeling of like, does it do anything? Is it doing anything, right? When you can't feel it, then it's like, well, what's the point? And so I cannot wait for you to talk to me about whatever you're cooking up in that kitchen of yours. And please put that up.
That's right. It's coming soon. Coming soon, I promise you. And you'll be the first to know. How about that?
Yes. And then can you put your picture again, your before and after?
Bam.
Because I'm working with a psychologist on ADHD, and we're trying to figure out some things for his patients as well. Yes, look at that. Big difference.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. That's next one too. I can't wait to share it with you. Okay.
Yes. And so, guys, I'm gonna end this with Bellatrim right there. It's $24 right now, like $24. Hello. I'm gonna go after this and buy myself some because I need some of those Bellatrim for sure. Well, thank you so much for being here today. Yes, I appreciate you so much. And this is not your last. This is your first, but you're gonna be here for a little bit as well in the next couple of weeks.
I think you cut off a little bit, but yes, I'm ready to come back anytime. Okay.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
I started in the silence, behind closed doors. Dreams too loud to keep tucked in the floorboards. Late nights, broke days, no applause in sight. Just coffee, hustling that fire to fight. They said, play small, but I'm built to expand. No silver spoon, just grit in my hand. I wore every note like armor and steel. Visibility's a battle, but I'm real and I heal. From invisible threads to the front of the stage, I'm rewriting the script. turning scars into page. Level up, rise above the fear. Let them hear your voice, make your purpose clear. Every step, every stumble, every tear in the rough. You were made for this moment, you are enough. Level up, break through the doubt. Turn the whispers of your past into a victory shout. You ain't just chasing clout, you're building a legacy. Now the world's gonna see what they couldn't believe. What they couldn't believe. They don't see the back end, just a headline glow. But success is built slow, where the struggle don't show. Algorithms change, but your mission's divine. You're the brand, you're the vision, you're the power behind. You gave free just to prove you have value inside. Now it's invoices paid and your name amplified. You're not just in business, you're changing the game. And your visibility, that's more than a name. No more shrinking, this is expansion. No more asking, this is commanding. You've been the spark, now you're the flame. Entrepreneur by fire, fueled by name. Level up, rise above the fear. Let them hear your voice, make your purpose clear. Every step, every stumble, every tear in the rough. You were made for this moment, you are enough. Level up, break through the doubt. Turn the whispers of your past into a victory shout. You ain't just chasing clout, you're building a legacy. Now the world's gonna see what they couldn't believe. What they couldn't believe. To the late nights, the lost friends, the risks you took, to the brand you built and the space you shook. Here's your crown, your moment, your spotlight beam. You didn't just chase the dream, you became the dream.